Hey everyone, just to recap on my meet, where I'm going to go from here and some stuff I'm going to be changing, try to fix some issues I've been having. First off with the meet, didn't go very well, disappointed. I missed two important lifts that would have made my total. Those lifts combined was like 90 pounds together. Missed the 680 squat. I came up with it and just was a little dizzy, lightheaded, trying not to lose conscience. Drifted back just a little bit where I didn't maintain control, so I got red lighted for that. So that was about 50 pounds right there I lost. Came back, tried to get 685, just got down in the hole, popped up just a hair, and just didn't keep tight, didn't keep my breath. I noticed my eyes drifted down a little bit. It's where I came up, rounded my back, and just lost it, so I couldn't get up with it. A lot of things wrong with my form, probably just a hair too much weight. I should have took 680 again. Whether or not I could have got it, I don't know. So with that was 50 pounds, and then my bench, I felt pretty good with that. Hit my opener fairly alright. Was a little slow. Bumped it up to 460. Kept my form kind of more flat backed. Really didn't get it well, where I just stalled at the midpoint, just because I touched a hair high too. So that caused me to stall once I got it off, so I missed that. Came back 460, changed my form a little bit, got more of an arch, got more leg drive up, and just rocketed up. My came up kind of uneven a little bit, and I got 2 whites, 1 red, or whatever. Good lift. So got my 460 bench. I was happy with that, especially the way my left shoulder, I injured it the meet before that. And it's just been aching, really affecting my training a little bit, where I've had to back off. I couldn't do a lot that I wanted to in my training to get my bench up, but I feel that the 460 with my shoulder, how bad it was feeling, was pretty good. I mean, I had real bad inflammation like every single night I did shoulder work or bench. It just kind of like killed me. Kept me up at night too from the pain. But it's like when my shoulders are good, I know how to move my bench up fast, even if they hurt. I've been learning to work past it, do change my training where I can still keep it up to an acceptable level on that. My deadlift, disappointed in that. Got my 620 opener, alright. Didn't quite feel as well. I was seeing a little bit of stars then. And when that happens, when the weight gets heavier, have an issue with holding my air, so where I just, not really holding my air, but getting enough oxygen where I just like pass out. So I bumped it up to 660, got that in training. I was pretty confident I could get it. But that day, warm-ups didn't go too well. The last flight of bench took longer, and then they said we were going to take a longer break. So I had to really space my warm-ups. Should have done better in my warm-ups, but I tried to get past that. That may have affected it some, I'm not quite sure. But regardless, came up, had the same issue with my 660, where I have a problem where I hit my knees, and I can't get it past it. Some issues there I had to address to fix. Second time, got a little, well, my second attempt, pulled it to my knees, not real fast up, couldn't get it, put it down, and as this video cuts off, I like pass out to the ground, and boom, hit the side of the weights. I was out. Recovered alright though. Second time, or excuse me, third attempt, took 660 again, came real fast up off the floor, and then I just hit my knees and stalled. It felt like I held it there for a second or two, more like a second really, but when you got the weights, it seems like forever. Pulling, just would not get past the knees. Just put it down, frustrated, a little tipsy, lightheaded. I didn't pass out, but the guy in the back caught me. Like, I'm fine, I'm fine. But yeah, something wrong with my knee point on that. It's like I have numbers to do over 1800. Missing that 660 deadlifts, that was another 40 pounds. So the squat, missed squat, that was close, and the deadlift fairly close. That was 90 pounds, would have put me at 1800 total, which I was really been chasing for past 3 meets. Disappointed that I couldn't put my numbers together. I have, with all my squat, bench, deadlift, I should be able to put it together for over 1800 pound total, but always difficulty putting it together. A lot of people struggle with it, especially me, it seems, or at least I feel that way. Like I can get past it and get a meet feeling good, and then I just do well under what I feel like I'm capable of. So a few changes in my training I'm gonna be starting to do. My workouts, what I've been doing is Sunday light rep bench, doing like sets of 10 or so, and then chain work for bench, kind of, and then Monday doing light squat work, basically just form work, a little bit of accessories in it, some hamstring curls and everything. Come in and Tuesday doing shoulder rehab, shoulders, and then Wednesdays doing deadlifts, heavy deadlifts, and then Thursday doing my heavy pause benching, and then Saturday heavy squats. So my plan on changing it, I'm gonna try to focus on more of my accessories, getting my weak points fixed. So on Monday, gonna be doing shoulder work, shoulder rehab, some biceps, bicep rehab. I have some pain like coming in here and my forearm, mainly from working on my like home gym, kind of just holding, like I know when I hold this, my degrinder, so polishing stuff up or getting rid of rust, or cutting stuff, holding that, or for like work or whatever I'm doing, holding that really affects my arm and just starts hurting. So I have to do some more bicep work. It kind of hurts on bench mainly. Do some bicep work, and then of course do some tricep work, some abs, and maybe a little calves thrown in. Tuesday, I'm going to be doing deadlift assistance. Issues, of course, I'm having. Got to get past my knee point. Got to make that stronger. Maybe a glute problem, lower back problems. Been looking at a lot of what some of the stronger deadlifters do. I've noticed that they've been doing a lot of strong deadlifters do touch and go, kind of like Jesse Norris, Brandon Thorntley. Some of them, I watch them and they do a lot of touch and goes. I don't really do much touch and goes. I do like set my reps down, regroup, pull for each set. Been getting strong off the floor, but then weak at the knees, so I'm going to have to focus on doing both. So one thing I'm going to be doing, of course, is rack pulls. Need to do rack pulls. Started at my knee level mainly. I'm probably going to experiment going up some, down some, or whatever, changing the height on it. I'm trying to pull real heavy weight. Another issues, I mean, I've never used straps. I'm going to try some like Versa grips, just because all this extra pulling is really not affecting my grip, but just tearing up my hands. So I might do that on just my rack pull days and deadlift assistant day, and of course always deadlift. Just always going to be using my hands. Don't have a grip problem, don't want to start having a grip problem. Tuesday I'll probably do even some stiff leg deadlifts, touch and goes. Also, weak point, I discovered my inside quad. This causes me to shake on the descent of my squat. Also, sometimes when I leg drive on my bench, my legs just start shaking like crazy. I'm not quite sure why, but I've noticed, like before I didn't know, and now I'm figuring out it's to that inside quad. And never really done many leg extensions, So got me a leg extension machine. I'm gonna move it, gotta rehab it some, get some rust off of it, repaint it, get it down here in my basement. So need to really focus on that, working up that inside quad to strengthen it. Hopefully it'll help me with my shaking. And of course, just still always hit my hamstrings. I'm going to do a lot of more good mornings. Haven't really done those. Romanian good mornings. Need to do a lot of work with my GHD, focusing on my hams and my glutes. I think at knee point, some glute work will really help. Before, when I was really making strides in deadlifts, I used to do horrible close stance, bad form squat work or whatever. Just for my regular squats, I had like a close stance, and pretty much good morning, the weight up, go super deep on there, where I'm not quite as flexible as I used to, because my legs just got bigger, but really worked in my glutes and my quads, so I need to mimic that. Also going to be doing some back extensions and maybe a little bit of cardio to help with my breathing or so on the deadlift as well. Going into my Wednesday program, going to do some, it's going to be bench assistance, where I'll be doing a lot of touch and go bench press reps and start on just a small chain or whatever, just to always help my lockout. Always, I feel that chains are a essential point of the bench, where people stall at the lockout. This helps, or stall midpoint to lockout. It helps break that. So I'm going to start incorporating that, just a one chain or so in my workouts, just trying to add a little bit of weight, try to work up for reps of 10 on that, and then after do a few sets of close grip bench press with more chains on it, focusing more on my tries, do some lat pull downs, kind of focus on the tries, or excuse me, focus on my lats again or whatever. I need to get a lat pull down machine in here. Sold my other one, so was doing some wide grip chin ups or so, and it's kind of been, I think, kind of affecting my shoulders too, so I need to kind of bump down the weight a little bit and focus more on some reps and get some rehab on my shoulders. So the lat pull downs kind of hurt that. Need to do some direct back work or so also. In my upper part of my back, do some like chest supported rows, and then of course more tricep pull downs for my tries. Always trying to keep those strong. I'm real strong off the chest. Sometimes I stall midpoint, so I need to kind of still work on that and not slack on that. So Thursday, that'll be my bench assistance, or excuse me, Thursday will be my squat assistance. I'm going to do squat form rep work, light squats, kind of, just maybe work up to around 315 for some reps. Mainly focus on my form. I discovered like this past week of a way to sink and try to hit depth a little better. Still kind of need to work on that, where I arch my back more and try to get my hips to sit back and then drop in right. So I need to really focus on that. That way I sit back more and have hit depth easier on it, instead of traveling my knees out and where they travel out far, my hips kind of rise slightly where I don't hit depth as easily. Also, I need to do some close grip, or excuse me, close stance, maybe some front squat work, maybe back squats, just close stance, about deadlift stance, I'd say. Squat work on that. Then more GHD work, focusing on the hamstrings and the glutes on it, kind of alternating back and forth between those two. Do more leg curls, leg extensions, try to bring that inner quad strength up. Then some more cardio, and then maybe some wide grip squats to try to stretch my hips out with my long femurs on my squat. If I can widen it up, I'd really probably be able to get my squat up more, just fixing my form. Ideally, I'd like to be squatting like Laura Phelps or something like that, where I don't have to sit back more and I can move the weight drop my weight in line with my feet. But honestly, I know I'll never have that amount of flexibility, but just want to move kind of closer towards that where I'm squatting a little wider, because I have an issue when I load the weight on. I have a hard time sitting back, so if I could get my hips flexed, more flexible, where I don't have to sit back as far and I can travel in the distance of my knees out, I feel like my squat would go up a little more. And then Saturday is going to be my main day where I do competition training. So I'm going to be doing all 3 lifts during that time, starting out with a squat, doing my heavy squat that day, heavy bench that day, and heavy deadlift. Just focus on the core lifts there. Probably not going to do some accessory work then because it'll take up a lot of time. Probably going to try to alternate between 4s, 3s, 2s, maybe some singles in there. But try some different stuff. Might do some rack pulls on deadlift, or reverse bands or bands, reverse bands on the squat. Maybe change up with sleeves versus wraps, hanging bands. Maybe sometimes throw in some briefs or beltless. I don't know yet. It's probably going to go by feel on where I feel that I'm weak and I need to fix. Bench, I'm doing pretty good with that, where I'm just focused on reps. We're alternating between pause, 4s, 3s, 2s, 1s, and everything. And then deadlifts, I think I said, just alternate between 5, 4s, 3s, 2s, 1s, maybe not so many 5s, and depending upon if I get a bunch of work in my accessory deadlift day, probably try to do some band work or whatever, just strengthen my lockout or need a lockout point. So those are the changes. I'm going to experiment for a while. Next competition won't be to the Arnold Classic in March. Hopefully I'll get my shoulder fixed by then. Hopefully it won't be hurting. Well, I can do up my bench press more. Hoping my hip or whatever, I'm having an issue with the IT band. Try to fix that. Kind of slows me down a little bit, not too much on it, but that was affecting my squat a little bit this past training cycle. It did all right in the meet where it wasn't hurting. I was feeling a little bit, but I don't think that affected me really too much. So hopefully I'll get that worked out. And then, of course, my deadlift, got to fix that knee problem, or where I'm stuck at the knees, because my deadlift has not gone up for the past 3 meets, and getting frustrated. All my other lifts, kind of with my bench, it teeters back and forth because of my shoulder, but my deadlifts hasn't moved, and got strong off the floor, but just can't get past the knee. So my best deadlift's only been 615 competition, and I managed to pull a 660 in the gym here once. I really want to get to 700. Hopefully Arnold. Don't know if it's going to happen, but got to move it at least up more or whatever. So that's that. Thanks for watching. Hopefully this video makes people think differently on how to get past weak points, what they got to do to train differently. It's pretty much, I think it's a mindset on where you're at and where you're going to go. Your training, one training method's not going to work for you all your life, or for your point at your life. You got to mate the training cycle for what you're doing at that time in your life, how much you can get in, your injuries, taking account your body type, your amount of sleep, everything kind of affects that. So I'm hoping this training structure that I'm setting up will make me so I'm do better on competition day. So I'm going to give it a try for a month or two, see how it goes, see if my lifts go up, see if it fixes my injuries, fixes my weak points, and then go from there, where I should have enough time if I need to adjust for my training cycle for the Arnold, that I'll be able to do that. One thing also with where I'm at right now, working 2 jobs, working a night job too. It's hard to get sleep, hard to get in the gym with my training partner, so I'm probably just going to be working out at home for a while till I get my life more balanced. So motivation for me is kind of sometimes mostly hard on squat, deadlift, and bench. I can do okay on, but we'll try that, see how it goes. Hopefully I'll start seeing some progress. If not, we'll do some changes. So that's where I'm at now, and this is where I'm going to be going. So thanks for watching.